friends, welcome back to Life with Tamika Lynn. I hope you're having a fabulous day. If you are new here, welcome to you guys, and if you're a returner, I do appreciate your support. So today's video is like 2 months in the making, guys. I have finally received both pieces of my Murakami order. So in this video, I'm gonna break it up into like 2-3 parts. So the first part, I'll explain like how it happened with like my pre-order. Second part, I'll go over like all of the confusion and chaos that this drop, this drop was messy. And then the third, I'll, unbox my 2 items. So I just want to preface this by saying that my experience was probably different from a lot of people. I was able to pre-order back in December. My order, I confirmed it, just talking, having conversations with my CA throughout the month of December. Confirmed it again in January, and then eventually, my items were received. So I'll get into all of that. If that is something that interests you, please stick around. But before you do, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I would love for us to be friends. I love to talk and I love handbags. I love all things girly. I love all things fashion. So I would love for you guys to stick around is what I'm basically trying to say. All right, so without any further ado, let's get into this video. So let's talk all things Murakami, right? So 2025, Louis Vuitton has re-released or reimagined the Takashi Murakami collection that was the 20th anniversary to the original drop. Now, that collection came in different multicolors, like 33 different colors on either white or black canvas, and it's affectionately known as the multicolor collection, right? So initially, back 2003, 2004, I did not have any interest in this line. Like, I thought it was very pretty. I admired it from afar, but this was one of the most highly duplicated, replicated, duped line of like all times. I mean, no matter where you went. I remember I took a business trip to New York and my driver took me down Canal Street or Chinatown or what have you. And I remember seeing like white and black multicolor down the entire street. So it was just never something that I personally wanted to add to my collection. I just felt like it was just too many dupes out there, too much counterfeit. I didn't think it was for me, right? So over the years, you saw this bag. I mean, it was infamous with like Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, Mean Girls, Lindsay Lohan, that movie with Lindsay Lohan. I remember seeing Little Kim, sporting the black multicolor Speedy. Tara Reid from American Pie. Those are like the things I think of when I'm thinking, 20 years ago. And this collection, this collection was all over, TV, magazines. I'm in my 40s, so yes, we had magazines 20 years ago that we would avidly, look through, put on our walls, etc. So this collection was, it was extremely popular. I think I was just probably one of those people that I just wasn't like that into the hype back then, right? So fast forward to last year. There was all over social media, like there were leaked photos saying, there's going to be a 20th anniversary drop of the multicolor line. Pictures started being released here and there. And so like, I was like, oh, maybe I might be interested in it, this time around. Initially, I just thought the bags were, besides being too counterfeited, I felt like it was just so much vachetta that I did not feel as if it would be good for me. I just felt like the bags would get ruined. Like, for instance, the white multicolor, I felt like, color transfer added with the vachetta. I just thought it was a recipe for a disaster for me personally. Complete pass. But last year, when the end of last year, as the photos started to be released, I was like, wow, this might be what it is, right? So I remember reaching out to my CA, and when I reached out to her, it was still a little too soon for her to share the lookbook with me. So she was like, I will send it as soon as I can, right? So this was maybe, I don't know, early in the year or whatever, right? When like the initial photos first started being, coming out. Either way, pictures are steady coming out. I finally get the lookbook. I see the prices. I'm like, oh, okay. So there was one item that I just thought would work for me, right? So I was hearing that this was going to be an extremely hard bag or products to get from this drop. It was all over social media, right? So my experience, what happened was once I got the lookbook, time passed. I reached out to my CA to confirm when I would be able to pre-order. By my luck, she told me I could pre-order the 1st of January or the 1st of December. Now, I've heard terms like VIC, VVIC, thrown around all over social media, YouTube, etc. I am not a VIC. Although I have spent money in the past, I'm not at that level to where I'm a spender to reach whatever those thresholds are on a yearly basis. That's just not me, right? But I do believe that my relationship with my CA is what allows me to have access, if it's available and if she can do it, to have access to certain items. Pretty much anything that I've wanted, I've been able to get. That's just the complete honest truth. But I reached out to her. She told me I could pre-order the beginning of December, and that's what I did. So initially I pre-ordered one item. How pre-orders work, you pay in advance and you just wait on your item, right? So 1st of December, I pre-ordered, and I'm pulling up our text messages so that I can give you guys an accurate time frame because I did check in. So I texted her December 11th and I asked her, did the ordering go okay? So her response was yes, but to be sure, we have to wait until January. But at the moment, everything is good. So boom, I'm like, okay, right. I'm all like, okay, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't, right? But as the next few days and weeks passed, I think that fear of missing out kicked in. And although I had pre-ordered and it was just okay with me if I got the item or not, it eventually became to where I was like, gosh, I really want that bag. So I think I was heavily influenced by social media. Even though I know I had, prepaid, ordered my bag, it was just the thought in the back of my mind after you were constantly seeing posts about it, more pictures, more this, more that. I was like, man, now I want it because it's all over social media, right? So that was December 11th. Through the holidays, we sent, holiday well wishes or whatnot. And then on December 3rd, I reached out, we had said Happy New Year or what have you, but I reached out to tell her I wanted to check on my order. Could she verify if it had been accepted? And so she responded back and was like, yes, it was accepted. So I'm like, yay. Now, mind you, at this point, I only pre-ordered one thing, which was a handbag, and we'll get into that. But me being me, after the fact, I was like, man, I should really order a SLG, because if you've been around for a while, I am a SLG girl, small leather goods. I love wallets. I love pouches, anything that's a small leather good. So later that day, I text her and I said, hey, can you please let me know if you received any extra SLGs that aren't sold yet? I might buy something else. I should have pre-ordered when I bought the bag, but now I'm regretting it. So just let me know, basically. She responded back. This was on a Friday. She responded back on Sunday and sent me photos of what I could get. She sent me, I won't tell you what she sent me right now because then it'll ruin the unboxing. But basically what she sent me, I didn't want it in that particular colorway. So I said, well, how about this thing? And so she sent me back a screenshot of what the system was saying as far as when she would receive it, and it would take another 7 to 10 days for her to receive it. So I said, cool, go ahead and order me that. Now again, not sure if it's gonna come in. We're just going by what the system says. She sent me the link. I paid, whatever. It might have even been 15 days. I can't even remember at this point. But anywho, so on the 8th, she told me the purse had arrived, and I was so excited. So she confirms, my bag has reached the store. I'm super excited. But because I had ordered another item, the SLG, I was still waiting for that to come in the into the store. So I just said, you can send them out together. It doesn't make sense to send, separately. I'll just wait. And then I kicked myself for doing that because we ran into 2 snowstorms that delayed the mail significantly. But anyhow, so my bag comes in, then she confirms maybe like a week later that the SLG had arrived, and then I had it mailed out to me. Then all last week we were snowed in, not like snow like in the Midwest, but because it doesn't snow here often, like the whole city shuts down. Like the mail didn't run for a week. We didn't have trash pickup, any of that. School was out. So unfortunately my mail was delayed. So I finally received both items this week. And so now I'm able to make this video. Now let's get into all the chaos. So after folks started picking up their items, I guess maybe the beginning of January, or whenever it opened to the public to order, because I had no reason to like go on the Louis Vuitton website and try to submit anything. I heard so many horror stories of how the site was crashing. You know, it would say that the item was available, you would put in your card, and then you were unable to purchase. On social media, there were like all these comments under like the Louis Vuitton page, like their different posts of like Zendaya, she was the brand ambassador for this drop. So they were like posting, you know, pictures of Zendaya with all these bags, and people were like in the comments just going off like, what are you guys doing? You know, I've been trying to purchase since 6 o'clock this morning. My order's not going through. I mean, it was complete chaos. People were mad as hell, right? And so I'm just sitting back with my popcorn, like looking at this disaster of a launch. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this was on purpose, just to hype it up. Really, I don't think it was needed because this is such a beloved collection, especially for like millennials. But I don't know if it was the hype or if it was just simply there was not enough product for the demand. I don't know if maybe it was underestimated how well, the pre-orders would go. I'm not sure. What I've heard is that there could potentially be more inventory. I know there's still so many people waiting for their orders to be accepted who have pre-ordered over the last few weeks, and it's kind of like a waiting game. But honestly, I don't know if those orders are going to go through. I don't know if there's going to be, another release or, additional multicolor items. Issue was also the packaging. People were quite upset because influencers received different packaging than like the general public received. So influencers, and I'll try to insert something, but they received like these white boxes that were sort of like engraved, and they had ribbon and bags and stuff like that. But some folks with their orders, they didn't receive any Murakami type packaging. They just received like the traditional box and Louis Vuitton ribbon. Other folks received the Christmas packaging for their Murakami orders. So it was all over the place. And that was also a point of contention for a lot of people because you're spending all this money for this drop, and this packaging costs pennies in mass production. So didn't understand the concept of that either, especially for the loyal customers who are paying. The influencers are receiving these items for free. I understand it's a whole thing where they're influencing others to buy it, but I just feel like there was an opportunity, to do a little bit more. Now, as far as what I received in my order, I did receive 2 shopping bags for the 2 items. This one is that one that was a little bit skeptical, and then a smaller bag for the SLG. Now, on both of my boxes, I did receive the little tabs, or I don't know the proper term for these, but I have the super flat panda, and on the back it just has the multicolor LV. And then on the other box, it was the onion or flower head guy. And I did have ribbon for both boxes, but it was the normal Louis Vuitton box. And then the ribbon just says Louis Vuitton times Murakami, and then it has flower blossom, panda, cherries, and again the flower head guy. So the ribbon was super cute, and these little tabs, super cute, and they're kind of sturdy. It's like cardboard, so you could definitely keep these as like some type of keepsake. Do something with them, like say if you have a home office or you hang stuff on your wall. So it's definitely something that can be done with this stuff. Now let's get into this unboxing. Okay, so as far as the bag, y'all, I am so excited. Like, I've been waiting so many weeks for this bag, and I think the closer it got, the higher my excitement got. So yeah, it's a true unboxing. I did not go in the store. Now, my CA did send me videos and photos when it arrived. I always ask for that, but and she's always so gracious in doing it for me. But so this is a true unboxing, and I'm trying to mask my excitement, but it's super hard because, yeah, I've been waiting for a few weeks for this. At one point, my husband was like, "What's up with your bag?" And I was like, "Yeah, it hasn't gotten here yet, but don't worry, it's coming." So yeah, so I'm just taking off the ribbon, and I will definitely keep the ribbon and do something with it. But my goodness, y'all, I'm so excited. All right, so this is just my receipt. She put it in the actual box, but all right, so. Can you guys guess what I got? I mean, by the size of it, you probably already know, but I went with the Soft Speedy 30 in the black monogram with the silver hardware. Now, when I saw this bag, I was like, I have to have it. So for one, I'm a silver girl, so I hardly ever wear gold jewelry. I love silver, but unfortunately with Louis Vuitton, most of the women's collection, it's gold, like it's gold hardware. I have maybe 2 or 3 purses that have silver hardware, and I love those purses, but the silver for me is what sold me on this purse. And I know that's not a popular opinion. A lot of people, they like the gold hardware, but for me personally, I love how this looks. So let's talk about this bag for a little bit. Now, this is the new Soft Speedy. So the Speedy, I want to say it was last year sometime, they introduced the whole Soft Speedy concept. And I want to say there's maybe 2 or 3 that have been released so far. There's, I think, the Crafty, and then there's the regular monogram in black, Soft Speedy. That one was released last year. But the idea of the whole Soft Speedy is pretty neat. Now, I do feel as if the silver hardware will kind of make the bag more structured, so I'm probably not going to see that whole Soft Speedy design as much as I would with like a normal bag because of this silver hardware. So let me calm down for a second so we could get into a few details, and then I'll show you guys the other item that I bought. So unlike the Speedy Bandolier, this bag came with a different type of strap, and this is the strap that has been introduced with the Soft Speedies. So this is a size 30. I do not have a size 30 in my collection, so I was super excited about that, to add this particular size to my collection, and then of course the whole Soft Speedy aspect of it. I was so into the black canvas with the monogram, or the multicolor monogram, and then the silver hardware, of course. Now this clochette on the front, it's like a little bow, and the lock that goes with it, of course, is silver, and it just has an LV on the front, if you guys can see that, and then on the back it just says Louis Vuitton, and of course it came with 2 keys, as all Speedies do. Now, besides it being, 2 pieces of canvas sewn together, the biggest other difference is that the inside is completely leather lined. And that's probably also why the Soft Speedy, the price is a bit higher, because of the craftsmanship of the actual bag. Now, I love that this is leather lined. I just feel like that is just so like nice or whatever. With the Murakami stuff, there is this right here, and it says 20th anniversary celebration, Louis Vuitton by Murakami, or times Murakami, made in France, and then it has the different motifs, and I'll try to insert a better photo of it. But the actual bag, I absolutely love the leather lining. Now, I personally, I don't want to use a insert because I want the bag to stay slouchy, but it's so dark in here, I may have to get something. I don't know. They make silver or silk inserts now, so maybe I'll look into something like that. The bag has 1 slip pocket on this side, and then there's nothing on this side. But yeah, it's so dark, guys. So definitely it'll be hard to see in there. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with what I decided to go with. It's so squishy and it's so bright. It's so shiny. I'm not sure how it's going to show on camera, but when my CA sent me photos and videos, and I'll insert now, I was like, oh my goodness, that bag is just gorgeous. And she put in the text message, she was like, this bag is so gorgeous. And I totally agree with her. I absolutely love it. So I told you guys at the last minute, I decided that I wanted a SLG. Now, when I text her, what she told me she had in stock, like that I could get, it wasn't like accounted for. I didn't want that, so I went with something different. To go with was a SLG. Initially, I was leaning towards something else, and then the more we talked about it, I was like, you know what, I have several of those in my collection, so let's go with this other thing because I don't have that at all in my collection. I had something similar several years ago, but yeah, not this. So that item is the Clements wallet. Now, I had a zippy wallet several years ago, which I ended up returning because there were glazing issues, and I just went with a totally different wallet. I want to say maybe I exchanged it for the Sarah wallet at that point. But with the Clements wallet, although it's similar, it's not exact. So I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. And I was very like adamant about, her checking this wallet to make sure there were no quality concerns. And I mean, it looks perfect to me. Now let's hope that it holds up, right? Okay, let me just tell you about the wallet and then I'll tell you what else I was thinking about. So of course, like the bag, it's silver hardware. It has smaller multicolor LV, symbols or whatnot. The zip pull just says Louis Vuitton on both sides. And then when you open it up, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 card slots total, so 4 on each side. And then there is a slot on this side and a slot on this side. And then there is a main zipper compartment. And then other than that, I mean, like the bag itself, it has that 20th anniversary label right there. So I'll definitely try to give you guys a better photo of that. But looking at the inside, I mean, the inside is absolutely perfect. Now, I do like full-size wallets. Like sometimes I carry a full-size wallet. Sometimes I like, smaller wallets. But considering the size of this bag, I felt like a bigger wallet would make sense, right? So I will just throw this in the bag and I love it. So guys, what were you expecting me to buy? I'm curious to know if you guys thought you knew what I was going to buy or if I completely went left and you thought I was going to get something different. Now, I mean, to be quite honest with you guys, the white, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, but I just had no desire to buy anything in white. I'm too scared of that. I just felt like I wouldn't carry it because I would be too afraid. But this baby right here, oh, I could carry this all day. I will do a follow-up video. I'll do a what fits, initial thoughts once I get around and play with it, etc. But I'm super, super excited on this particular wallet. The other thing I thought about was a Rosalie because I don't have a Rosalie in my collection. She had the white Rosalie with the multicolor, but I wanted the pink. It was like a hot pink in empreinte leather, and she didn't have that. And it was unclear on, if it would truly be received as far as what was showing in the system. So she suggested either the zippy coin, which I have several of those. So I was like, yeah, let's not do that because I have so many of those in my collection, or a Victorine. And I love the Victorine wallet, but I just didn't want it, in this colorway. So I was like, well, actually, let's just go with the Clements. And so that's how I finally, made the decision on what SLG I wanted. Now, I thought about like, oh, maybe I should get a bandeau and all this stuff. And I had to like reel myself back in like, Tamika, you're good. What I'll say, like, I understand the resale market, totally get it, but it's so crazy how much these bags are now reselling for. I've seen this particular bag upcharged $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. That's just crazy to me. I'm sorry. Like, I can't be that wasteful. Like, if I miss it, I just miss it. And that's how I've been with a lot of things forever. Like I can't bring myself to overpay like that. So if you guys are still wanting stuff out of this collection, I truly hope that if you have a pre-order that's still pending, it's fulfilled at some point, because I would hate to see anyone overpay these drastic, prices just to, have something out of this collection. Now, there are 2 other drops still coming, the cherry blossoms and the cherries, later this year, I think March and May. If you don't have a CA or SA and you are interested in those items, I would highly encourage you to definitely, seek one so that you could possibly put in an order. Me personally, I don't think the cherry blossoms is my speed at all. So there's nothing I want from that collection. I'm just be honest with you guys. And then the cherries, from what I've seen thus far, there's nothing I want from that either. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I will insert a few mod shots, and I'm gonna go enjoy my bag now. I'm so excited, guys. I thank you guys for sticking around if you've made it through this entire video. And I would love for us to talk below. Tell me some comments. Let me know if you've ordered, if your order is pending. What are your thoughts? If you didn't order, if you hate the collection, just let's talk below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and until next time, be safe.